Alright, welcome back to another video. Today I want to rank every vehicle that came out in chapter 1. This is going to be a series where I'm going to rank vehicles for each chapter. So yeah, let's go through the list. Now at number 8, I'm going to have to go through the worst one. This is the surfboard vehicle. This is only came out once in Fortnite and it was during the summer event. And this is one of the worst vehicles in chapter 1. You can barely even move on land, and the only way you can actually traverse over the map is through water, which if you know chapter 1 island, there wasn't much of. So this was generally one of the worst vehicles that Fortnite has ever added. That's why it's at number 8. At number 7, I have the shopping cart. And this is definitely not going to be a good take, and I know people are going to be mad at me about this, but honestly, the shopping cart is a pretty bad vehicle when you really look at it. It moves really slowly, you get no cover, and the fact that it spawns in spots that are very not good, it isn't a vehicle that you really want to pick up and use around the map. However, it is the first Fortnite vehicle, so you can't really blame them for making this type of vehicle. But yeah, honestly, the shopping cart isn't terrible, but it isn't good either. Next, we have the mech at number 6, and I know that sounds insane since this is the most overpowered vehicle in Fortnite. However, in my opinion, putting it at number 6 does put it at a spot where it makes sense since it is overly powered, and I think having it as number 1 would be too obvious. So I want to put it at number 6 since it is too overpowered and it just makes every other vehicle in this list look weak compared to it. So yeah. Also, its spawns were not very great. You could actually die from it. So yeah. At number 5, we had the baller. Now this sounds crazy to put it at number 5. However, in my opinion, I think putting it at number 5 makes sense since it is a good vehicle to go around the map and go for mobility. However, you can get shot out from it very easily as it doesn't have much health, which is definitely one of the bigger downsides of this vehicle. It also doesn't spawn in much areas, and whenever you do get it, there is a good chance that somebody else will probably try to get it and probably shoot you out. So yeah, this vehicle is a good vehicle though, and isn't the worst. Me putting it at number 5 is just putting it there because there are better vehicles in this list, but putting it at number 5 isn't bad. And yeah, if I can put my honest opinion, this is definitely an amazing vehicle, but putting it at number 5 makes sense for me. Now, number 4, I have the shopping cart. The shopping cart is another vehicle which honestly is an amazing vehicle, but I can't put it higher in the list because it is definitely not a vehicle that is better than the next 3. The shopping cart is a pretty good vehicle as it was the second ever vehicle added into the game and was good for mobility. However, as you can see, we're going to get better vehicles. However, it is a 4-seater vehicle, which was the first ever one, and it also has a drift function, which makes it easy to go over and get around the map faster. So yeah. At number 3, we have the Cloud Crasher. Now this one makes sense to put it at number 3 as this one is one of the best vehicles that Fortnite's ever added. As you know, there was well, I wouldn't want to say it's a glitch. It was more like a feature where you can go over and fly across the map with the Cloud Crasher, and honestly, this was one of the best parts of it. Now, it did get nerfed, however, I'm talking about the old one and not the new one, and this is one of the best vehicles they really added. Also, it can go through structures very easily and can kill players very easily, which is making this one of the better vehicles. The only downside is the fact that it's a 2-seater and it is very easy to get shot out, but other than that, it's a really good vehicle. On number 2 is the planes. Honestly, this is one of the best vehicles that was really added. I say that for every vehicle, but this was legit one of the better vehicles, and the fact that you can go over and have 4 people on the vehicle whilst you're also in the vehicle, and that you can shoot other players at the same time made this one of the best vehicles for its time. And the spawns were not even terrible. You can find this wherever you are around the map, and it was a really good vehicle to get. However, the one downside to it is the fact that other players could also get it, and it would be very easy to get shot out from. And at number 1, I obviously have is the drift board. Now, I know that sounds crazy since I just glazed the fuck out of airplanes. However, I think the drift board is one of the better vehicles. Honestly, just playing with the drift board is one of the best parts of it, and that's why it's been number one. So yeah, that is the entirety of this video. I hope you guys liked this video. I didn't put much work, I just wanted to get a quick video out, but I hope you guys liked the video, and yeah, see you guys later. And don't take the list serious, it's my opinion. You can share your own opinion in the comments if you want. I won't mind to go over and see your guys' opinions, so yeah.